Thank you. I know you're all looking at me right now and you're all thinking the same thing. I didn't know Brad Pitt does comedy. The laughter of men, I can take it, that joke, but when women laugh at it, it really hurts. I know. I really look like Andy Dick. I'm sorry. I didn't know Andy Dick does comedy. Of course, this is what he would look like if he was 30 years younger, wasn't addicted to drugs, and wasn't gay. But a woman told me that recently. She said, wow, you really look like Andy Dick. And fellas, I think we can all agree that if a woman tells you you look like Andy Dick, you can give up. You can give up. She's not going to have sex with you. Just go home. But, of course, it is LA, so it's never bad to look like somebody. You know, all I have to do is wait for Lifetime to make the Andy Dick story. I'm a shoo-in. Who am I kidding? They would never make the Andy Dick story. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about it. I'm from Buffalo, New York, originally. Thank you. We know you're from Virginia, Tangelia. You did a bit about it. But thank you for the support.
You're welcome.
Or as I like to call it, exotic Buffalo, New York. I actually grew up on an island in the middle of the Niagara River shaped like a pork chop. We don't advertise that in our brochures because we don't want to scare the Jews away. Or the Muslims. Why do Christians eat pork? If you think about it, I was in the Middle East, was there just pigs everywhere, and it was becoming a real problem, and they'll get together and say, okay, one of us has to eat these filthy, horrible animals, because they're just everywhere, and the Christians lost, and they do the short straw, and they go, all right, I gotta eat this, I'll just try it here. The pigs are bad! Don't eat the pigs, ever! No, you guys should never eat it for the rest of time. Score! I like that joke. So, where I grew up, I lived across the Niagara River into Canada every day of my life, which I think qualifies me to run for Vice President of the United States of America.
Why not? Sir Palin did.
Thank you, that's the bit! Palin could see Russia, I could see Canada, except I could actually see Canada, and I've actually spoken to Canadians, not like her. But it's true what they say about Canadians, they're really, really super nice. I went to this punk club in Toronto called the Bovine Sex Club.
Yes!
Hot. Do you actually know it? Or do you just fuck cows? I'm just curious. And I walk in, and there's this band playing, and they're like death punk, and they're like, and I go, and I get a beer, and they finish the song, and instead of hooting and hollering and cheering, 100 polite Canadians clap. And this singer, who a moment ago had been screaming bloody murder into the microphone, does this. Hey everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. It's real great to have you here. My name is Brian. We are death to all living things. I'd just like to point out that Stephanie over here is sitting in with us tonight on the cello, and I think she's doing a good job. I think she's kind of looking good right now. Can we? All right, thanks. This next song is called I'm Gonna Skull Fuck My Dead Cousin. Oh, Canadians. Thanks for the hockey and the beer. I'm the youngest of 4. I'm also the failure. Anybody else? Anybody? Yeah, people, this is LA. 3/4 of you failed today. Alone. Yeah, all right. All of my siblings have their PhD or their master's degree. My sister has her master's in divinity, which I know you're thinking sounds really cool, but I have no idea what the fuck it is. I wouldn't know it existed if she wasn't my sister. Oh, what are you majoring in? Divinity, I want to be a god. And she's always complaining about her day. She's like, oh, I was so busy today. I just had way too much to do, and I never had a moment to myself. And I'm like, what do you do? What could possibly keep you so busy? Did Zeus and Hera have another baby? It's a little Greek mythology joke for you. And this guy laughed at it. I don't know. So I appreciate that. Thank you. My sister-in-law has her PhD in chemical engineering. Ooh. You know what she does? She makes shampoo. She literally makes shampoo. Does she come up with a cure for cancer, a cure for Alzheimer's? No, 10 years of school, and all she does is find the next Alberto VO5. That's it. Hey, Tracy, how's that cure for AIDS coming? I'm really more focused on split ends right now. It's higher on my to-do list. And the other crappy thing is, being the youngest, I got beat up by my siblings. Who got beat up by their siblings when they were kids, huh? And my parents, I'm curious if they said this to you too, my parents would always say, don't worry, Alex, you're going to be bigger than all of them. They never said that to you? You're girls, maybe it's a boy thing?
Yeah, he's a boy. Yeah, he's a boy. He's not. I'm never bigger than him.
One can hope. But I'm a boy, and now I'm the biggest in my family. But what they don't tell you is that you don't get your revenge. I can't go to my 38-year-old brother's house and punch him in the face in front of his kids and say, that's for when I was 4. Merry Christmas. Where's the cake? You never get your revenge, and I think it's bullshit. So, I heard a new phrase the other day, and it's my favorite new phrase in the world. Just the tip. I know by the reaction to that not only have some of you heard it, but that it has worked. And you seem particularly excited by it. Somebody fell for it?
Really well.
Oh my God! I never knew this existed, because I'm from Buffalo, and we don't have that phrase up there. If I was to just stick the tip in Buffalo, the rest of my dick would freeze and fall off. It's about survival of the species, people, really. And it doesn't even sound remotely satisfying to either party involved. It's like if you have this big pile of Coke right on your... This is LA, I know you've all seen Coke. Just big pile of Coke, and you just want to stick your face in it and snort the hell out of it. You don't get to sniff. You can taste it. You can taste it, but it's just the tip. Just the tip. Just enough to get the sensation, but not any real sort of pleasure out of it. Mm-hmm. She loves that. That's a little disturbing. You want to tell us about your Coke problem? I'm just sorry.